everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got my Plan With Me week 19 of 2025. Today's sticker kit is by an Etsy shop called Planningmadeeasy. As per usual, I'm going to go ahead and get started on my big box stickers and the decorative stickers and my chores lists and all those good things. And I would just like to point out real quick, from last week's Plan With Me, I can see some bleed through on these pages. I was using a rather thick marker, so not super surprised, but also still not my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Okay, first I'm going to lay down my menu for the week right here. And so this week we had borracho beans, pasta and salad, tamales, grilled ribs, soup and grilled cheese, baked potatoes, and then on Sunday we went out to eat for Mother's Day. And I will get my two weekly trackers on here, one for planning and one for vitamins. There we go. There we go. And then we do also have a cute little decorative box here. And then I think I also have a quote sticker as well. There we go. And then for the days that I do have chores lists, I'm gonna go ahead and throw those on here. So this one's for Monday. And I will put my little chores script sticker on the very top. I have another one for Tuesday. I will put this one right here. And then again, I will put my chores sticker on top. And then the next one goes on Thursday. This week I did decide to put them all at the bottom. I think for me, when I put my to-do list in the center or move them around the same way I do the decor boxes, I feel like that then feels a little bit too chaotic to me. Type A personality over here, 100%. Okay, and then this one is for Friday. And then, of course, my little chore script sticker. And then the last one is for Sunday. And if I'm being honest, I don't even think all of this happened on Sunday. I'm pretty sure it was wherever we could fit it in. And there's my chores sticker. And then I will set out all of my decorative box stickers as well. So I had one on Monday. I will put that there. I also had one on Wednesday. And for Wednesdays, I'm gonna actually put this one right here. There we go. And then I have one for Thursday as well. And for Thursdays, I think I'm actually gonna put this one right here as well. I just like the way it looks. And then I've got one for Saturday. Okay, and then Saturdays, I want to go up here. There we go. Okay, and that is all of the larger stickers. So now I can flip this over and get started on Monday. Okay, as per usual, first thing I'm going to put is my reading. There we go. And I've got this cute little book icon sticker. And I read for 1 hour. And then I did take a hot bath this day. A little bit of self-care. And then I will just write hot bath. Perfect. And then I watched the movie The Right. I'll put this here with this little TV icon. And then the last thing that I have to mark is I had some hot tea this day. One of my favorite loose leaf teas that I've ever had, I used to get at a grocery store called Market Street. And it was called Tahitian Vanilla Cranberry. And when I say loose leaf tea, I mean it doesn't come in like separate, like individual tea bags. It legitimately is just that loose tea in a big bag. And you have to portion it out and use a separator and stuff. They don't sell it anymore. And I think you can still order it like on the company's website. But I always like forget to do that because I have a billion things to do. But it's one of those teas. Again, it's Tahitian Vanilla Cranberry. So it's got like half dried cranberries. And so then when you pour it in there, I mean, it almost tastes like cranberry juice. It's so delicious, and you don't need sweeteners or anything, or at least I don't. So tasty. But again, they don't sell it anymore. I feel like sometimes places, stores, or like fast food places will get rid of all of like the best items, and then you just don't understand why. It's never fun. Okay, so again on Tuesday I read for 30 minutes. And then after that, I walked 3 miles. And you guys may have noticed, but my workouts are a lot less consistent right now. I'm working on getting back on track. Life has just gotten too crazy. Okay, I walked 3 miles. And then after that, I did chat with a friend for a little bit. There we go. And then, let's see. My son did also have his martial arts class this day. I'll put this here. Okay, and then there we go, martial arts. And then after that, I did menu planning. I guess I'm just gonna cover up this little banner here because I don't really mind. Oh no, not that side. We wanted the other side. There we go. And then I will write menu planning. There we go. And then after that, of course, there was bills and budgeting. Can't have a week without bills and budgeting. I mean, like I could, but I might not have a place to live after that, you know? Okay, so I will write bills and budgeting. Hopefully that's thick enough to where it's at least somewhat legible. If not, oh well, we'll survive. And then, of course, I had some planning time. Here we go. Put this adorable little planner, and then I will write planning time. All right, and that takes care of Tuesday. Now on to Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I again read for about 30 minutes. Read 30 minutes. And today actually marks the last day of school for my kids. So I've already enrolled everybody in the summer reading program. So hopefully they'll start reading with me. We'll take them to the library every week to get new books and all that good stuff. So again, this day my son had a martial arts class. And then after martial arts, I did want to notate that I did my makeup this day because I definitely don't do my makeup every day. I work from home, but also I just don't have the desire to put makeup on every day. I definitely get up and like get dressed for the day, just not of like full-on makeup. And then I also posted a YouTube video on this day. Here we go. And then I'll put the little laptop icon. And then I will write YouTube video. Perfect. And then after that, I did get to play some video games. And I'll put this one over here. And I'm sure we all know what that video game was. That's the wrong side of this marker. That was Diablo 4. Still the reigning champ on my favorite game. That could also be due to the fact that I did not purchase it right away. And on top of that, I was waiting like what felt like eons for that game to come out. And then I went on a walk with Apollo. That's our dog. That might have been obvious to most people, but there are people who have taught their cats how to walk on a leash. My cats do not subscribe to that category. As a matter of fact, multiple of my cats are quite afraid of the outside, so they would just rather be in here on the couch anyways. I did a facial, and then I also, here we go. I also watched 47 Meters Down. Put the little TV over here, and then I'll just write 47 meters down. Perfect, and that wraps up the first half of the week. And now I will move on to Thursday. On Thursday, of course, I did my reading and I read for an hour. And then I've got my little book icon. And I will write red 1 hour. And then I also got to do a shower steamer this day. Okay, perfect. I'll put the little shower head there. And then I will write shower steamer. Perfect. And then I also had some planning time again on this day. And if it seems like I put that down kind of far, it's because my little planner sticker is quite large. Okay. And then I can write planning time. Sorry if you guys can hear my laptop in the background. Teams always likes to go berserk at random times of day. And then on this day, I did watch Yellowstone. Well, I watched an episode of Yellowstone. Okay, I will just write Yellowstone. There we go. Okay, and that moves me right on to Friday. And on Friday, I did read for 2 hours. So I'll put that up here at the top. Read 2 hours. And then I did some self-care. There we go. And then I also had tea this day. Cute little tea bag icon. And then I will just write hot tea. And then I did another walk with my little doggo guy. He does love to go on a good walk, but my guy does not last very long. So typically we can't take him with us like when we go hiking or anything. So most of the time we will just take him for short walks around the neighborhood. And then we went to the drive-in movies to see Thunderbolts. There we go. And then I did get to take a nap. But before I put the nap, I'm gonna do the shopping. Because technically the shopping happened before we went to the movies. I think about right there is good. And then I'm just gonna write shopping. There we go. And then that last item for Thursday is nap. I won't even lie, the perks of working at home. Napping. Having the flexibility to just handle certain things when you need to is really nice. Okay, and that moves us on to Saturday, where we really dive into our Mother's Day plans, which going to the drive-in movie was part of our Mother's Day plans. But I'll start off with my reading. And on Saturday, I read for 30 minutes. And then I did also post a YouTube video this day. And so I'll put this little laptop icon here. And then I will write YouTube video. And then after that, I will mark, we went to, what was it called? That's good. Oh, well, it's less good because now I can see that the outline is cutting off some of my stuff. And in that case, I always just trim it up. But we went to a community market near us. And the reason I marked this with a butterfly is because the vendor that I was actually there to see, they specialize in like shadow box preserved bugs, because I have like a wall in my office with a collection of preserved bugs. So, and they were having a really cool Mother's Day sale where everything was 50% off. So I thought, what better time than to snag some for my wall? Which I did only end up purchasing one, but it's a pretty cool one. Okay, now that I trimmed this butterfly, I will grab my pen. Community market with friends. I actually took, I went with friends, and then my daughter also went with us. So very, very fun. There it is. And then up next, I need to put this way. With the little TV. We watched a Minecraft movie. Again, my son absolutely loves that movie. So thrilled. But he's also very much obsessed with Minecraft, so it makes sense. Okay, and then first here, we had lunch and Mother's Day celebration with my parents. Okay, and then actually right after we did lunch and like exchanging of gifts and whatnot, we went with them and took a nice little 4-mile hike, which I loved, but maybe the kiddos did not. At a certain point, they went back to the car, which was okay. Ah, and that sticker stuck to my finger. Okay. Just gonna put 4-mile hike. There we go. And then the last thing that we did this day, which was just like a jam-packed day, was we went swimming for the first time so far. And when I tell you, this day when we went swimming, this water was so frigidly cold. that even my son got out and was like, it's too cold. I don't want to be here anymore after about 20 minutes. We have been swimming since, and the water is a lot better now. Although here pretty soon it will definitely start to feel a little bit like you're sitting around in warm soup. Not great. I mean, it serves its purpose, but anywho. So for Sunday, I'll start with my reading. And on Sunday, I read for an hour. Oh, the funny handwriting is back. Okay, and then on Sunday, I also, oh, come on, sticker, here we go. I took a hot bath on this day. Okay, and then I'll put my little bubble bath. I'll just write bubble bath. And then we had our groceries delivered. Stop. My slice tool keeps trying to roll off my table. Okay, so grocery delivery. Fabulous. And then I also, okay. I'm just flinging stickers, that's all. Okay, and then I did watch Wicked. Put my little TV icon over here. And then I will just write Wicked. And then, of course, I'm just going to mark down Mother's Day. And then, last but not least, we kept it low-key this day and just had a lazy day. All right, there we go. And I'll put my little lazy day couch right there. And that's the full spread for the week of Mother's Day, week 19. I hope you guys had fun planning with me today. If you guys have any questions, or if there's some videos you guys would like to see, or even like a sticker shop I should check out, definitely leave that in the comment section below for me and I will check that out. You guys have a great week and great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you for being here.